Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2020 favorites. As I'm filming this, it is December 30th. You'll probably see it in about a week. I used to do monthly favorites videos, but I felt like it was a little much, so I decided to do one big roundup at the end of the year of all of my favorite things. I've got mom stuff, I've got non-mom stuff, I've got baby stuff, I've got household stuff, basically all the random hodgepodge of things that I have been using and loving this year. Where should I start? I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and start with the non-mom stuff first. I'll start with just a couple of beauty and personal care products. I don't have a lot of them because my makeup routine is exactly the same every single day, and it's been like that since 2017. The only product that I have switched up this year is my eyeliner. I've been using the Kat Von D tattoo liner for, I mean, probably 7 or 8 years at this point because I loved the brush tip. But recently I found the Glossier Pro Tip eyeliner, and this probably wasn't a find this year, but it definitely was a standout favorite this year. It's cheaper than the Kat Von D one. It's darker. I feel like it lasts longer, and it has the same kind of brush tip applicator. I always do winged eyeliner when I do my makeup because I have fairly close set eyes and I feel like it helps. So this is my ride or die makeup product of this year. For personal care, as a surprise to no one, I'm still using and loving the Lush Big Shampoo. I think this is the best shampoo ever. Oh, it's bubbling. It's very wet for my shower, so I'm gonna set it down. I bought the biggest tub and it's pricey. It's like 40 some dollars, $43 or something like that, I think. But that one tub lasts me the entire year. The last one I got was for last Christmas and I just bought a new one. So worth the investment, I think. It's made with sea salt, so it helps give your hair a little bit of volume. I'm somebody with very fine, thin, straight hair, so any help in the volume department that I can get, I love. And it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's fun to scoop it out of the pot and like scrub up your head with it. I really like it. I know I've talked about these a ton this year and you might be sick of hearing about them by now if you've been following a while, but I had to talk about Olive & June. Olive & June is my favorite nail polish brand. I used to paint my nails a lot. I'm not somebody to go to a nail salon usually. I just don't have the time, and if I can do it at home myself and save money, I'm all about that. And usually my nail polish would only last for a few days and then it would chip. And then I found Olive & June. And the trick to getting your manicure to last with Olive & June is to dip your fingers in the nail polish remover pot even if you don't have any nail polish on them. I don't know why it makes a huge difference. I'm guessing it removes the oil that's on your nails and just helps everything to stick better. But if I do that and then I use their polish and their top coat, I can get my manicure that I do at home to last for 2 weeks, which is amazing. Especially as a mom, I don't have a lot of time to paint my nails. They're actually not even painted right now because I've been just working so much that I haven't had time. But when I do, it lasts and it's the best thing ever. Moving on to clothing, this is actually brand new with tags because I loved it so much. I have 3 of them already and I bought 4 more. These nursing bras are the most comfortable ever. They're just from Motherhood Maternity, which I feel like normally doesn't have a lot of stuff that I love, but these bras are magic. I love them because they're kind of sports bra style, so they don't even have a clip on the back, which makes them very comfortable, and they come in a lot of different colors. So I just got this one, which I think is a really pretty addition. It's like a fun jade color. I have pink, I have white, I have black, I have nude. So these are super great, super comfortable. You just have the little clip that pops down so you can feed baby, and they lay flat under clothing so you can't see any like lines or anything. So these are my favorite. I was actually wearing one of these when I gave birth too because it was that comfortable. Didn't even have a baby yet and I was already wearing it. Then the next category of things I want to get into are books and journals. I am a big paper and pen kind of a person, and this was by far my favorite purchase of 2020, my Golden Coil planner. This, not gonna lie to you, was pricey. I want to say it was like $80, which is ridiculous. I know it probably sounds crazy, but as somebody who owns my own business and runs a YouTube channel and is trying to take care of another human and keep him alive, it is very important to me to stay organized. And what I loved about this is that I was able to customize all of it. So I was able to add in all the important dates to actually be printed in the pages, birthdays, anniversaries, that kind of a thing. I, every single month, have goal setting pages. So I'm able to set yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals and actually track my habits. Hopefully you can see this is what those pages look like. I also added in a social media planner. That's where I plan all of my videos out. And then at the end of the planner, I was able to add dotted paper, lined paper, some seasonal bucket lists that I filled out, which have been really fun, especially during this year where we feel like we're not doing a lot because the days are so repetitive at home. Having like bucket lists for the different seasons gave me something to look forward to plan out like throughout the month, which was really great. I have a finance tracker for all my freelance clients. I have a mood tracker that I fill in every day so I can kind of get a good snapshot of my mental health, and lots of other just like fun things like that. This is also just very, very beautiful. It's got this like flax colored linen cover on it, and then the paper is like, if you are a planner and book person, you know what I mean. It is a heavyweight, like luxurious paper. Pens don't bleed through it. It's very nice to flip through. The sun just came out there. I'm sorry if the lighting changed. Hold on. Is that better? I'm hoping that wasn't too much of the footage. To go along with that, I've also been obsessed with these pens from Amazon. I don't know what to say about these other than that they are cute and they have very dark ink that dries quickly and they write really smoothly, and I really appreciate that. I don't use any other pens now, and these were not very expensive. They came in a pack of 5 for like $8, I think. And they're still going strong months and months and months later, so I've been loving these. So I've also been using a few like supplemental planners and memory books for Rowan, so I wanted to talk about those. The first one is the Marriage Journal. This is by, I don't know, it says themarriagejournal.com. And it is a faith-based journal, so if you are Christian, this might be a good one for you. And it basically has like a little thing to read every week, and you plan out your schedule with your spouse and you answer the same questions every week. So the questions are, what brought you joy this week? What's something that was hard this week? What's one thing I can do for you this week? Is there any unconfessed sin, conflict, or hurt that we need to resolve and or seek forgiveness for? What is a dream, craving, or desire that has been on the forefront of your mind? And how can I pray for you this week? And I'm not gonna lie, doing this has caused some fights, but like good fights, like things that we disagreed on or that we were avoiding talking about. This gives you a good time to talk about it, and sometimes the conversations are uncomfortable, and sometimes we get a little bit huffy and we have to put it down for 10 or 15 minutes and then come back to it. But I think overall it's been really helpful for our marriage, especially as new parents who suddenly have much less time to spend together. It keeps us connected and on the same page, and I just think it's been a really good growing experience for us. We're only 14 weeks into it, so this is a more recent favorite. On the baby end of things, this was my pregnancy journal. I bought this the day after I found out I was pregnant and really liked it. It's called The First Time Mom's Pregnancy Journal by Aubrey, Grossen. And it's really cool because there's all of the prompts to give you things to write about, because I think when you're pregnant, just sitting down and journaling can be overwhelming. But it'll say like, what was it like the first time you heard your baby's heartbeat? Or what were your first impressions of your doctor or midwife? And there's spots for bump photos. It also helped me do my birth plan and had checklists every month of what to get done. So like buy the car seat, wash all the clothes in kind of a reasonable timeline, because when you're expecting, you're so excited that you just want to wash all the clothes like as soon as you find out you're pregnant and have your baby shower. So this helped me kind of feel less overwhelmed and know that everything was going to get done when it was supposed to get done. And now it's so fun to look back on. I'm so glad that I kept up with this and filled out the whole thing, because my pregnancy was a little rocky. I was not one of those people who really enjoyed being pregnant, but this helped me to focus on the more positive things, and now looking back at it, I'm able to appreciate the journey that I went on and just kind of have a snapshot and a keepsake of that, which is very cool. I get asked about this one all the time. It's one of my most commonly asked questions, and it's Rowan's baby book. It says the first 5 years, story of Rowan Matthew Acuna. Kind of the same thing. It just has, let's see if I can even show you. It has some blank pages to do some scrapbooking. It has dedicated pages for like your baby shower and hand and footprints and birth stats. And then of course every month you have, I can find it, space to write all the milestones and add photos and everything. And this has been really cool. I use it in conjunction with the HP Sprocket Studio, I think is what it's called. It's a little like at-home photo printer, and it makes it really easy to get it done and for it to not be overwhelming. And again, so cool to look back on. It is by the brand loveandwild.co. So not .com, loveandwild.co. I'll make sure I link this and everything else I'm talking about in the description in case you wanted to grab one of these. They have lots of different colors and options for the graphics inside, so definitely one for everybody, provided you have a baby. If you don't have a baby, you probably don't want this. Then as far as reading goes, I have a favorite fiction and a favorite nonfiction book. So the fiction one, this is one of those cases of don't judge a book by its cover, because I would probably never have picked this out at the library because it looks, I don't know, it's not my aesthetic. And I tend to look for books that are my aesthetic, which is pretty silly because there's literally a phrase, don't judge a book by its cover. But my cousin Peyton recommended this to me, and it is one of the most fun series I've ever read. It is basically, so The Bachelor meets Hunger Games, which I know is a very weird combo, but that's what this book is. It's a trilogy, so there are 3 of them, and basically this girl gets selected to go to the castle to be one of a bunch of women that is courting the prince, but there's all kinds of like social unrest and issues about income inequality and food security, so there's a little bit more to it, a little bit more heart to it, and I still think about this and like have dreams that I'm in this selection, which are just kind of like fun adventure dreams. So that's the sign of a good book in my mind. And my favorite nonfiction book this year was this one. It's called The Danish Way of Parenting, and basically I'll just read you the little excerpt on the back. It says, what makes Denmark the happiest country in the world, and how do Danish parents raise happy, confident, successful kids year after year? This upbeat and practical guide reveals the habits of the happiest families on earth. A revealing and fresh take on cross-cultural parenting advice, The Danish Way of Parenting helps parents from all walks of life raise the happiest, most well-adjusted kids in the world. I would recommend this book even if you are not a parent, just to read for yourself, because I feel like it opened my eyes to a lot of mindsets that I had fallen into growing up that were very limiting and were keeping me from being present and fulfilled where I'm at. And I just thought this was so good. I think it's gonna help me be a better parent. I feel like it's helping me be a happier person. And it was only like $8 or $9 on Amazon. So go and get it if that sounds at all interesting to you. If you like nonfiction books, this is a really good one. I have a couple of things to talk about in the kitchen category. The first one is our coffee making supplies. So this kettle, which is from Anthropology and I think is the cutest thing in the world. I don't think they have this exact one anymore, but I did find a very similar one, so I'll link that down below. And our pour over carafe. This is a Chemex one, and we have reusable coffee filters for it. Matt and I were not big coffee drinkers before having a baby, but getting less sleep, we started having a little bit more coffee, and because life was so hectic and we didn't get as much time together, sitting down in the morning to share the first part of our day drinking a cup of coffee together became a really important ritual for us. And I loved the slow process of making coffee with these. We have a Keurig too, but I really liked waiting for the water to boil and the old-fashioned whistle of the tea kettle and pouring the grounds into this and just watching it drip down. It just helped me to take some time to breathe in the mornings, which is hard for me, and I really like this. I also have used this berry basket so much. My parents got it for me for my birthday in February, and I get questions about it on Instagram a lot. It's very, very cute. I was hoping that this summer I would get to go to the farmer's market and get like fresh berries to put in it to cut down on waste from the plastic packaging, but then 2020 happened, so maybe next year, but this still brings me a lot of joy every time I get to eat berries out of it. Another home thing that I really, really loved this year were our Magic linen sheets. I had never had linen sheets before, and I got these and wasn't quite sure what to expect, but they are the coziest, comfiest, most beautiful sheets in the whole world. Linen sheets are very pricey, forewarning, but if you are gonna spend money on something, I feel like it should be your mattress and your sheets, because you spend so much of your life in them, and I feel like it's been a big quality of life increase for us. Also, my Lol mattress, so good. Then my digital entertainment favorites, Animal Crossing. I know everybody was into Animal Crossing this year, but Matt and I enjoyed playing the new Animal Crossing game on Switch so much, especially because I was towards the end of my pregnancy. I was uncomfortable. There wasn't a whole lot that I could go and do. We were in quarantine, and it was just the most pure, cute, wholesome thing for us to do together, and I was obsessed with it. Similar to Animal Crossing, we've also been playing a lot of Stardew Valley, which is the same style of game, but you're a farmer, and so you have to like take care of your farm. Also very cute and a big favorite of ours. We do sometimes stream that one on Matt's Twitch channel if you ever want to watch us play. The URL is twitch.tv/DarthMathis. Apps wise, there were also 2 apps on my phone that I used and loved a lot this year. The first one was Tone It Up. I talk about Tone It Up all the time. And people have asked like, oh, do you have a discount code for them or anything? And they don't even know I exist. I am just such a huge fan, especially of Katrina Scott. I think she is so cool. I did the prenatal and postnatal workout programs through Tone It Up, and I just do the regular ones now, and they are so empowering and accessible because you can do them from your home. And I don't know, there's something about it that made it so fun for me to work out. So that was definitely a favorite this year. Also, the Wonder Weeks app. If you are a mama or about to become a mama, go download the Wonder Weeks app. Basically, you put in your baby's due date, so not the day they were born, their due date, and it tells you what their brain is going through, like developmentally, and it predicts when they're gonna get fussy. And it is magic, because if you can look on a calendar and see, okay, he's likely gonna be pretty fussy because he's going through a developmental leap on these days, it's so much easier to plan your life. It's so great, and it's been so accurate. So that has been a lifesaver for us. I also obviously watch a lot of YouTube, so I wanted to mention a few of my favorite creators that I have followed this year. The first one is my friend Ashley from Embers and Ash. She had her son Rook 2 weeks after I had Rowan, and I am so thankful to have become her friend this year. Her channel is so great. Her videos are my favorite ones to watch, and we have so much in common, so it's been a joy getting to know her and to watch her videos. So if you haven't checked her out, definitely should. I've also really been enjoying Lepke's life. I know a lot of you guys also watch them. Such a great channel for vlogging and general motherhood stuff. And then for non-moms, I really enjoy following Allison Bickerstaff. She is such a ray of sunshine, and she just built a semi-custom home, and they've been in the process of moving into it and decorating it, and it is just goals as we're looking forward to buying a house. I just have been so inspired by their journey, and hopefully in the next couple of months we'll be able to take all of the tips in her videos about buying a house and moving and use them in our own home purchase. Also, Kristen Johns, she has always been one of my favorite accounts, but if you don't follow her, don't know who she is, her and her husband were in a horrific accident this year. It's like a miracle that they're even alive. They were on a bike and they got hit by a car going 60 miles an hour, and watching her grace and faith in God through her recovery process, and just how she still finds so many things to find joy in the everyday, has been really cool. She also just has really beautiful style and makes really cute products that her company Kristen made, so always love following her. I think I bought this dress because she wore it actually. And then lastly, I have to talk about a few baby favorites because duh. For toys for Rowan, the Love Every kits are my favorite thing in the entire world. I've talked about them before. This isn't sponsored or anything. I just think they're so cool. And all the toys that they put in the box are meant for your baby's specific age, and they give you a guide and tell you again what your baby's going through developmentally and how you can play with them to help foster that development and help them problem solve and practice creative thinking. And they're just so cool. It takes all the work out of figuring out how to foster your baby's development, and the toys are beautiful and wooden. I love them a lot. If you guys do end up buying a Love Every play kit, I would love if you would use my link. It's in the description below, but it's also on a page on my website that's just meganacuna.com/shop-my-stuff, and I try to link all my stuff on there, but some of them are affiliate links, so I get credit if you purchase through my link. So if you wanted to support and you were gonna buy this anyway, that would mean the world to me. And then baby wearing. I won't go into detail on this too much because I did a whole video on my favorite baby carriers, which I will leave a card for up here if you wanted to watch it. But my two favorites were, of course, the Solly Baby Wrap and the Sakura Bloom Scout carrier. Don't know what I would do without these. They're beautiful, they're comfortable, they help me get stuff done around the house, and Rowan loves being baby worn. Okay, I think that's everything. I'm sorry if this was like the longest sit down video ever, but it's my favorites from the whole year, so I had a lot to talk about. If you guys want me to do more favorites videos, please let me know, because back in the day, they were some of my favorite videos to film. I feel like monthly might have been too much, but maybe I could do like seasonal favorites or something like that, so let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck it out to the end, thank you. You're a real one. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Bye.